Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I have been tidying up all my packs of wool because I pulled some down from the bottom shelf. I wanted something that was right at the back the other day. It was over a week ago actually, and the whole lot just slid down onto the floor. I've had to sort it because they're all in plastic bags, you know, and if you move something it's easy. And they weren't sort of straight, some of them were sloping, like, so when I pulled it out, the whole lot just thinking up, and I kept saying for days and days, I'm going to tidy that pile of wool up and sort it out because I've had so much more delivered and trying to sort out where to put it all. I don't know whether there's enough years left in my life to knit all this wool up that I have here, but I will do my best. And I started knitting. I piled it, sorted it all out there. I know you can see right on the end here. I put all the white down there. So I thought I know where the white is. But you know, I've started knitting. I've got two little white baby cardigans to do. And the white I wanted was at the back. I had to pull it out. I managed to get it out and put it back again. And then I thought, the two little white baby cardigans, I'll do the little waffle one because the little one with a collar on, so I haven't done that one very often. And I thought I want to knit a few for to make my own patterns out of. So I knew I had knit a 16-inch one. So I put my knitting down and I'm just casting stitches on for it actually. Fix my book up. Pick it up here. This is my book, my ledger, where I put all my patterns and that in, and found the waffle. And I've got 16, 18, 20, 22 and 24. I knew I'd only knitted the one. I can probably work them out myself, but I never wrote all the instructions down when I was knitting it. I've got the back written down, the pattern, the rows for the pattern, to the armholes. And then I had the left front, and all I've got on for that is the stitches, how many stitches I cast on for the left front. And I must have been carrying on knitting this and forgot to write things down in my book. So I'm knitting this one, so I'll follow what I've done, what I've got written down up to now, and then write the rest down as I get that for. You know, sometimes my brain's just not working, because I was purposely writing them down so I could make my own patterns out of them. But anyway, I have 55 stitches. So this pattern, normally I would probably only have around about 45 stitches for it, if it was like just a lacy one or something like this. But this is a pattern where there's it's like 3 rows knit, three knit stitches and a purl stitch, so it pulls in a little bit so you don't need extra stitches. So I'm putting kind of 55 on for this one. And this is for the lady called Helen, who bought the little pink one that I made a little while ago, and she asked me to do 2 little baby ones, which, like I said, they are the only orders I will take at the moment, little small ones, because I like to be doing things in my garden, which I'm having a rest now because I have been doing a lot of tidying up in my garden. And then I came up here and I was tidying up all that wool and that on there. So it did take me quite a time, and my back was aching by the time I finished bending up and down. I think I've got trouble with my back because I'm sitting on the settee knitting all day and all night as well. But I'm going to put that down because I need to count how many stitches I'm casting on. But I have been doing a little bit. This is a baby blanket. I'm knitting this with the, it's a ball of white and the beige. I'm knitting with the 2 strands. There you can see. That was the beige that I'd done that last little, the border lace cardigan, the 20-inch one with, and the white, and it looks really nice when you knit the 2 strands together, because the beige is a pinky beige, But I'm knitting a baby blanket because the lady who I did the other ones for, whose I think it was her daughter-in-law, was expecting twins, and she's had the 2 babies now. And I did a blanket for each of them, if you remember. I did a blue and white, and a pink and white. Well, that mother also has a little 3-year-old toddler. And Dagri, the lady, she sent me a message, and she said to me, I think I'm going to have to send you some more money, she says, for to knit another blanket for the big sister, because she's crying because she hasn't got one. So I haven't told her yet, but I've started it. I'm just doing a few rows at a time, you know, in between doing other things. So I was just testing it. I might do a pattern for this one, because this is just a 3 by 3 basket stitch. It's knit 3 and purl 3 for 3 rows, and purl 3 and knit 3 for the 3 rows. And it's just got a little bit garter stitch at the end, at each end, and 6 rows. I start off with 6 rows of garter stitch and finish with 6 rows of garter stitch. So usually this one it'll probably be about 30 by 28. I think that was what the last ones. And I'm doing these on these are the 8mm circular. I've done blankets on 7mm, but this one makes it what I call airy. You know, the stitches are quite loose, which I think is better for a baby's blanket, actually. So it makes it like not solid, not heavy. It's okay doing it with 7mm as well, because I haven't knit them with 7mm as well. But I will be messaging Dagri and showing her what I'm actually doing, because I know she's going to be getting on to me for it, so I'm just doing it anyway. You've seen as she mentioned it in the email, so I'm doing a little bit of that. And I'm doing, like I said, that's the beige that I did the little border lace cardigan in, and I am using this great big giant ball that Lynn sent to me. I thought there's 500 balls on there, at least with this one here. It usually takes 2 balls of each, so it's like 4 balls, 2 balls of each, and I have to break off in the middle to join on another ball. Well, I have to work that in. Well, at least with the white, it'll all come in one. I won't have to join any wool on, but it's such a big ball, and I've got it on the floor down by my settee when I'm knitting, and it just takes, I have to step over it when I want to get off my settee, because my coffee table's in front of me, and it takes up the whole space between the coffee table and the settee. So that's quite a nice easy one to make, and it'll be a quick one to make a pattern with. I won't have to knit a lot of different sizes, because if I do this one in 8mm, it'll come out, the other ones came out about 28 by 30 inches. If I do it on 7mm, it'll come out 26 by 30. I do the length as 30 and the thing. And I did that on, because that's the size it came out when I did it on 7mm. So I'll write the instructions down, because the one I did on the 7mm, I did a slightly different, it was a similar thing, the double moss stitch, the knit 2, purl 2 for 2 rows, and purl 2, knit 2 for 2 rows. And I like doing those type because they're reversible, so it's exactly the same on both sides. You don't have to worry about a right side or a wrong side with these sort of patterns, and that's why I like these sort of things. But I have so many things on the go at the moment. I need to get something finished, actually. But my patterns have been selling well on, oh, there's a great big wasp hanging around on my windowsill there. Hope it doesn't come near me. I'll have to open, I haven't got the window open in here. I'll have to open the window and let it get out. No, it's not a wasp, it's a great big fly. I hate those sort of flies, you know, they lay their eggs in places. But never mind, I'm counting here. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. I've got 42 stitches, so I've got a few more to cast on. 43, 44, 45, and if you'll notice I do the cable cast on. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And anyone who doesn't know what a cable cast on is, so you can see my needle, that's the loop, and I am not going through the loop, I'm going behind the loop. So you go between two stitches, the last two stitches, and you knit that stitch. And I've lost count of what I had with talking. There you see, you go behind the stitch for cable cast on. New knitter might not know that, but most established knitters will know. I'll have to count those stitches up again now because I've been talking and I lost count of how many I had. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 50, exact number 55. Now, did I do 1 by 1 or 2 by 2? I can't remember. I'll have to check the pattern. 2 by 2 rib. I'm doing 2 by 2 rib. I'm doing 2 by 2 rib. I want an even number, so it's going to be 54 instead of take that off. I'll take it off and I'll probably add a stitch on at the end because you don't want an odd stitch for 2 by 2. So I'm going to knit 2 and purl 2. And I am just having a little bit of a rest. I'm going back out in my garden again. I thought I'll just have a little bit rest and clear some of the mess that was in this bedroom actually. But I have a bed, you can't see it, it's behind the where I'm sitting. Well, it's in front of where I'm sitting actually, and it's just piled full of junk. It's a good job nobody needs it to sleep on. Just a spare bed, my spare bedroom, you know. There's all sorts just piled on top of it. I need to tidy that up as well and take the covers, the sheet and everything off because it's never been used for a long time, but you know, they get dusty with, they don't dust the bed. So when I finish this, I'll be going back out into my garden to get my strimmer out and do a little bit more strimming. I've charged up all my batteries because they all went flat on Monday. I charged them up, you know, when I put them away after I'd finished them with them last year and that. I charged them all up and put them away, but they only lasted a couple of minutes, so I've had to charge them. I have 3 batteries. It's a battery strimmer. A Bosch, I think it is. Yes, a Bosch. And I have 3 batteries for it, and I think I only got about 10 minutes out of each battery when I was trying to strim, and I didn't get enough done what I wanted to do on Monday, and I haven't felt like doing anything since actually. The weather hasn't been so nice until today. It's lovely, lovely and sunshine. It's nice and warm too. That's what I like. I am a fair warm weather gardener. I don't like working in the garden when it's cold. But I'm just doing a little bit of this and then I'll be finishing this video and I'll be away off outside. At least I won't have to walk up to the post box tonight because I do have some patterns to post, but I didn't get them sorted until after 11 o'clock and this morning, and that's the last time anything's picked up from the post box at my post office. I have to walk over to the post office for those ones, but I didn't get them sorted out, and then I think there was only one of them that was there before that time, and there's no pickup from my post box until Monday morning, so I don't need to post any until Sunday. So any I get will be any orders I get. I've actually been getting 1 or 2 from Etsy as well. Seeing with the eBay limiting how many I could list and sell the last month. I started up my Etsy shop again, so I could put them on there if the same thing happens this month. Because according to the information I've got on the on my eBay shop, it says that I can list 123 things. Well, if I sell that many patterns, which I did more than that last month, I'm not going to be able to list any more. So like I'm saying, I don't really like Etsy because I think they're money grabbers, and I do get a little bit more from eBay than what I get from Etsy, but it's only a few pence. It's I only put a couple of things up at a time because on Etsy you have to pay for whatever you're putting up. You have to pay part of the fee, which is 20 pence. And if I put a lot of things up, if I put 10 things up, that comes to £2 that they're taking out of, if I sell a pattern for £2.50, I'm going to get nothing for it because they've taken all that money out of things, where with eBay, they don't take anything off you until you actually sell something, which is much better. So I only put a couple of things up at a time on Etsy. But when I put the last pattern I made, when I put that up on eBay, I put 20 up on the thing, so there was at least 20 people could buy it. And as soon as it comes down to the last one sold, I'll put another lot up. You know, I usually put about 10 up after that. The first lot I put up is about 20 of each, and then after that it's just 10, because it dies down a little bit after everybody that wanted them bought it, and just a few after that, you know. So anyway, that's my little bit for now. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.